progress over here on the, actually recording this here from the famous Bar Ilan street here in Jerusalem at the moment, just around this area in holy biblical Jerusalem, and nothing like beats sharing some fantastic words of Torah together. And we're actually going to be learning about in today's page about something interesting. Let's just say the title of today's class is which is the most difficult service in the Bet HaMikdash. And seemingly there's something called Malika, which might seemingly seem quite a simple service to do, is actually going to be categorized from the Talmud as the most difficult of services. Now, beginning with the Mishnah on today's page, we move from the place of Zevachim, animal sacrifices, to the place of sacrifices brought from fowl naturally being doves or pigeons. Sacrifices that are brought from fowl are not formally Zevachim, which are limited to animals that are slaughtered in an ordinary fashion, which is very interesting. These sacrifices, korbanot, are prepared for sacrifice by means of something called Malika. Now friends, what is Malika over here? It's where the Kohen, the priest, actually, we know that in the time of the Bet HaMikdash, they would actually perform different undertakings and different workings. The Kohen will pierce the neck of the bird with his fingernail, and we very much learn about this in Parshat Vayikra at the start of it, in the book of Vayikra, I think in chapter 1 in verses 14 to 17 respectively. I think we also learn about it in Parshat Tzav also, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe towards the end of Parshat Vayikra. Now the Mishnah on today's page describes it, let's say, this preparatory service, and the Gemara quotes a Braita that describes it as the most difficult service in the Bet HaMikdash, in the Holy Temple itself, respectively. Now the question is posed, what was involved in the service of Malika over here? What did it entail? Now Rav Zutra Bar Tuvia, he quotes Rav as teaching that the Kohen would hold the wings with 2 fingers and the legs with 2 fingers stretching out of the bird's neck, and the bird would be killed by, let's say, a means of the Kohen's thumbnail over there. According to the Braita, the bird's body was held in such a way that it was outside the hand of the Kohen, and while holding at that stage in time the wings with 2 fingers and the legs with 2 fingers, the Kohen, the priest, would kill the bird with his thumbnail. So this was a code of conduct, let's just say, within regards to this entire process over there. Now, according to Rabbi Ovadia Mebar Tenora, a famous rabbinic commentator, as well as the Rambam also respectively, the Kohen, the high priest, the Kohen, the priest, would hold the bird in his left hand, let's say according to one of the 2 options, and would perform Malika with the thumb of his right hand at that point in time. Now, there's parallel cases, let's just say, that are spoken within regards to this. Let's say this parallel cases of slaughter in the Bet HaMikdash where both hands are used. Now, another great commentator, the Shita Mekubetet, he quotes the Tosafot, the great rabbinic commentators of the Gemara itself, as suggesting that the entire Malika service was done with the right hand as depicted in the above illustrations. Now, according, let's say, to this approach over here, we can easily understand why this service is considered to be the most difficult service we can, since the bird had to be held and killed with a single hand. That's why that actually happens to have been by a very, very interesting page inside the Gemara. We're learning now in Malika territory. I think we did speak about Malika on previous pages of the Gemara. Actually, if anyone's wondering what's this big building behind me, it's one of the largest synagogues, Hasidic synagogues behind me. I think it's a Gur Hasidut group, and they've got massive shul right behind, which is very, very interesting. So it's a massive Beit Midrash here, but we've been talking all about Malika, I believe, on previous pages of the Daf over here on this tractate also, and we're going away from that Zevachim territory of slaughtering animals and now going into the sphere, let's just say, of other things. We actually learned about in the previous pages of the Gemara, we learned about, let's say, the territory of different stories we were talking about the time period of the Bet HaMikdash, if you recollect, within regards to the time period of Joshua. And also yesterday, very special, Rashi actually brought out yesterday an opinion, I think, in Amud Aleph, which we spoke about in yesterday's page of the Gemara, within regards to, I think we were talking about the consumption of sacrificial meat in the Heichal at that point in time. So now we're moving towards this at the moment and exploring. We were learning about the shelter in the sanctity and so on and so forth. And we actually went into Agadata territory in the previous days itself, because we happened to be in Parshat Chayi Sarah this week. So I think 2 days ago we were speaking, it was actually Min HaShamayim, we were speaking about the whole story of Keturah and Avram Avinu, and comparing, let's say, the children of Keturah to the children of such as Esau. You know how bad Esau was compared to their children and stuff respectively, and we gave a whole analogy about that, which I recommend everyone to watch over the previous page of the Gemara, which we did, I believe, yesterday. And yeah, a lot of different great Torah contents we're trying to do over here, as we are a community here, and we're learning about at the moment, the great wisdom of the great rabbis from the Talmud era in of itself, the Gemara period in of itself. So very, very interesting, and yeah, there's very good insights. And we're going to be on page 65 tomorrow. Now, as a special treat, friends, over here, now that you're all watching live and learning every single day, let's explore a few scenes of the streets here of Ilan Street and in Jerusalem to powerade your day, friends, over here. It's always a privilege to walk here. I do tours all over the country, so I record all over the various different places. So it's a famous flyover. It's actually interesting. I think I recorded a video, I think on Masechet Zevachim by this flyover. I think it was page 36 or 37, if I recollect. One of the beauties about recording the videos itself is that I remember the information to do with the page because of the video. So there's a huge, huge advantage over here. And we're surrounded by Torah, Jewish wisdom buildings over here in Jerusalem. There's nothing like it here. Just got a large shopping centre quite near us. We're actually quite near the Sanhedrin area. So I recommend everyone, if you're watching this channel, watch over all the videos we're recording, because we are covering content from all over the country where we tour around. And we did a few special tours today where we actually explored, we actually went inside Arab neighbourhoods. So watch this space to see some of the scenes over there. We went to the Kever, the burial plots of Shimon HaTzadik, Shimon the Righteous, also, which was definitely a exciting thing we did today. And we recorded loads of great videos. I visited Rabbi Brazil's yeshiva and also Yeshiva of Sameach in Jerusalem, and that was once again a big privilege over there. So just walking in Jerusalem, it's a new shopping area. I've got to go back actually to the city of Bet Shemesh, so I've actually got to make it. But there's nothing like walking in Israel, friends. That I will tell you. Hopefully the plan will be to walk in every single side street here in Jerusalem and explore everything. They don't call this Jerusalem the Jerusalem Gold for no reason, friends. Over here, it's green. You can see the seats. Anyone tuning in, welcome to the channel. We're a community. I think we're quite near Ramema also. Neighborhood, another very popular. There's some more Anglo-based neighborhood. This is a famous flyover here in Jerusalem. Has got loads of stores here and importances, as they say. We're going to make our way back to the city of Bet Shemesh in the next coming minutes. As you can see, they've got new luxury buildings here. Watch this space. We record a Talmud tidbit every single day, friends, without fail. We are recording, and we travel all over the country, go to different historic places all over Israel. And it happens to be today, we are in Jerusalem, in the capital of Eretz Israel. Look, new luxury apartments. Hopefully maybe we'll record a tour over there also, in due course. Anyone tuning in live, please subscribe to the channel. We are nearing at the moment 8,000 subscribers, so please join our community, and we've got fantastic content for all you amazing people out there. And so anyone tuning in, we did a Talmud video on the tractate of Zevachim, and now we're going on a special treat, a special tour around here. Just a small tour just around the city respectively, which is very, very exciting, as we'll just make our way back to the city of Bet Shemesh. Maybe this is a special treat for all you people out there. Just wanted to show you some of the scenes here in Jerusalem. You can see a lot of building work being done. And anyone tuning in live, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Please. As we explore all over Israel. You can see large tower buildings here in of itself. I think I will treat myself to a quick coffee. There is the street scenes. And here, there's a coffee shop. This traffic ice cream ticket or כן, אפשר קטן? שמאל. יש משהו חדש ברמת 92, כן? כן, שמאל אני היה שם. כן, לא, בלי זה, בלי. כן. It's just inside the street, friends. Anyone that's watching in. תודה רבה. זה כמה? 11, כן? Okay, this is my breakfast now. כן, יש לי ערוץ. כן, אפשר להצטרף עם זה? יש לך? יוטיוב, אני נותן ערוץ. אני חייב לקחת. כן. אני חייב הולך לבית שמש. זה לא עבר עדיין. יש לו לא, אני מסתובב בכל ירושלים.
כמה צופים זה?
עכשיו 3 אנשים רואים. אני נותן זרובבלי. צריך לכתוב באנגלית. כן. Z-A-R-O-O. אולי זה הגיע עכשיו.
למה אתה עושה את זה?
Z-A-R. לא. Z-A-R-A-A-R. זה... מספר 3, כן, זה מינוי, זה ערוץ, זה בשידור חי עכשיו, תראה? זה עכשיו פה, אפשר עושה לייק, אפשר, וגם תלנוח גם, כן, אני בחוץ, תראה כל זמן, לכתוב משהו גם, מצוין, תודה רבה, שבת שלום, very interesting, seeing that you're live, you're like in an office over there, so I went to a coffee shop, and just to get like a breakfast really, and the guy wants to join the community. So very interesting. I didn't miss a bus also at the same time. This is street scenes, which is very interesting. As we explore all over Jerusalem, over here. I'm just going to say a blessing because I've got just a drink in my hand. Baruch atah Adonai L'olam she'akol niyeh b'dvaro. This happens to be Bar Ilan Street. We're going to go back to the city of Bet Shemesh now. Anyone's tuning in live, please subscribe at the moment. We're doing a Talmud video. And now we happen to be just in the streets of Jerusalem. And enjoying just the street scenes, friends. 617 עבר או לא? כן, לפני כמה דקות? 3 דקות, אוקיי, תודה. Okay, apparently we missed the bus. That's an opportune time to speak a bit more. At the moment, this is Bar Ilan Street, the famous street here. As we're exploring all over Jerusalem today on the special edition. Nothing like traveling Israel. Friends, it's going to be Parshat Chayei Sarah this Shabbat. It happens to be the Torah portion of Chayei Sarah this week. Just say a few words over to everybody over here. Just went to Jerusalem today, recorded a lot of great Torah content of different places all over Jerusalem and happenings. in of itself. We're just going to take a break for half a minute. Okay, friends, it's Jerusalem now. Enjoy the journey, some of the scenes. Don't forget, friends, please subscribe to the channel. Friends, if you're tuning in live, we're on a bus journey over here, going to the city of Beit Shemesh. So enjoy. It's just a tour. Everyone, please, if you're tuning in live, please subscribe to the channel. We are nearing at the moment 8,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate it if you could subscribe to our channel, friends.
נוסעים יקרים, יש לבצע תיקוף באמצעות היישומון הסלולרי או בכרטיס הרב-קו. בכל נסיעה, המשך נסיעה טובה.
Anyone tuning in live, we're exploring Jerusalem, different scenes there. Please subscribe to the channel, everyone. you enjoyed some scenes here of Israel. Take care and be well. Thanks everyone for watching. And we're going to go to Parshat Chaye Sarah the Shabbat. That's a weekly Torah portion. It's coming up, so I recommend everyone to learn, study, and get inspired. And we travelled around Jerusalem. We did a video on the Talmud, and very, very interesting over here, friends. As we're just making a journey here from the holy city of Jerusalem all the way to the city. We have a lot of great content coming up in the 24 hours. So Be'ez Hashem, watch your space, take care, and hope it will be well.